Hi, it's Ken Barrett. Just if you're thinking about getting into the laundry industry, whether laundromat, coin laundry, whatever you want to call them, at some point in time you're going to have to buy some equipment. You may get into a laundry that's got some older stuff in it. It's okay for a little bit, but you got to start replacing stuff. Or maybe an empty building that you're going to start from scratch and build a laundry, or you might already have all the utilities there from 1 year before, and you just freshen it up, put some new equipment in, get it brought back to life. So basically the equipment, there's a bunch of different brands out there. They wash clothes, water goes in, stirs it around, it's hot, it's cold, it mixes it up, spits it out, you dry it. So there's guys have some preferences for various equipment. It's really going to be similar to cars in a way that they all get you from point A to point B. What features do you like? Which one do you feel is more reliable? The costs involved, etc. But the next step past that is the distributor. So the manufacturers, there's various big names of them out there. They make the equipment, and then a distributor sells it. Again, similar to a car dealership, manufacturer makes it, dealership gets it, they sell it to you. A big thing to look for is your distributor. You really want to be comfortable working with them. They need to provide you enough information to make a decision, and be able to answer all your questions. One thing up front that I would ask is, how many laundries do they own? If they say, well, I used to own one and I don't own one now, I'd wonder what the details are, because once you get in, it's a great business. Aside from moving or major crisis in your life, it's not something you're just going to pack up and walk away from. So it is a business. It's not a job you're going to bounce from. So I'd wonder there, okay, how many do you have a laundry, and do you have more than one laundry? If you're working with somebody who's a distributor, a salesman, who doesn't own any laundries, and they've never owned a laundry, that'd be kind of, if you're buying a car, saying to the guy, well, what kind of car do you drive? And he says, well, I ride the bus to work. Why do you ride the bus? You're trying to sell me a car, but you ride the bus. So, there may be some situations where, you need to understand why they don't have a laundry. Maybe they had one and they don't, or maybe it's, some cases it's going to be a big city where they just, prices are high, and it's just, they're more into sales. But, at the same time, if you've never driven a car, you don't own a car, are you really just reading off a sales sheet, or are you really providing the valuable information that people need to make that decision? And you realize too that you're not just buying some equipment. You're building a business. Once you buy the equipment, what's your support structure there? How fast is it going to take you to get parts? If you got a technical question, do they have a phone number you can call up and get answers while you're there? Can your repairman, or if you're doing it yourself, can you call and say, here's my problem, talk me through it? If it is something big, how fast is it going to take your distributor to get a service guy there to help you out? Does it need to be the corporate involved? When you're setting up your laundries, you're going out, you're buying a bunch of equipment. Is the manufacturer going to send somebody out to make sure it was put in right, and it's started right, and it's running right? Saying, yep, we've tested everything, we've run everything, and not just, the installation guy running around firing some quarters in, going, yeah, look, everything's started. You got hot water, you got cold water. Have a nice day. But somebody making sure the equipment runs like it's supposed to. So that's a lot of the things you need to keep involved. Keep in mind. What have they provided for you up front? Do you feel comfortable with them? Are they giving you the information? Again, if you're just getting into this business, they're in the business, or they should be. So they know what information you need to make a good decision. A good distributor wants you to be successful. They want to sell you the equipment for one store, and then a year or 2 years later, they want to sell you the equipment for another store. If they're just in there going, yeah, this will be great, here, buy my equipment, it's great. Is it just a sale, or is it really building that relationship that you want to be able to call them up later and say, you know what, I need to buy a couple more pieces of equipment? Or I found another spot that might be a good store. What do you think? And have them come in, and not with the idea, yeah, it's a great spot, I'll sell you $200,000-$300,000 worth of equipment. Them coming in going, here's a concern. Or I know the history of this store. Here's why it failed. Or here's why it's not a laundry anymore. Not just running in going, yep, it's great, let's fire it in, and if it doesn't work, well, I'll come back in a couple of months and repo all the equipment on you. So, like I said, you want to be comfortable with who you're dealing with. Make sure they're giving you the information you need to build and run a business, and not just buying equipment. So, and again, providing value, providing good equipment, the value for both, the decision you need to open, run, and handle the store. Is there any sort of follow-up? If you call the guy up and say, hey, here's my issue, can they answer right then, or they can just put you through and say, well, I don't know anything about fixing equipment. I just put it in. I just sell it to you. You'll have to call this guy, or you have to call that guy. Again, salesmen who own laundries, they know those little questions you're going to have, and it might be, no, you don't have to worry about that, or it's a pretty simple fix, or nope, for that you really need to call in a trained service guy, not just a local handyman that you might have doing a few things around there. So keep that in mind. We'll probably follow up with some more of these later on, just again give more details, things to look for. There's going to be loans involved. There's going to be there's different loans you can get through economic development, through the equipment manufacturers. There's a bunch out there. You want somebody who can help you step you through them. Make sure you've got the right documentation to approach to get for the loans if you need them. The last thing you want to do is go in there with half of what you need and leave and go back and leave and go back, and that's, again, whoever is loaning the money, they're going to start thinking, well, does this guy really know what he's doing if he can't get the paperwork right? So there we go. I'm just pulling off the highway here. Got to head in and check a couple of little things at the store and unplug a change machine, and that'll be it for the day. So we'll talk to you later on, and have a great day.